Okay, hey there guys, so in this war we're going up against ASR, obviously a pretty strong alliance, so you can't just like go too soft against them. You have to make sure you guys play well, you have to boost, you have to do everything right. So I knew my plans, I knew the fights I was going to take. I have the same team as last war, which this is just a really fun team. I don't get to really use Apocalypse or Cable that much this war, but I get to use a lot of AA, so if you like Archangel, this is going to be a fun war for you. So this fight is actually going to be a little bit more tricky than I was expecting. I have suicides on and stuff because of free mastery changes and all of that. So I start out with 3 debuffs. So I have minus 45% accuracy because it's minus 15% for every debuff on you. And I didn't account for that. I also had willpower on, even though I didn't really account for the fact that there's a heal block here, so I shouldn't have put on suicides. I really messed up with how I went into this fight. The playing I do in this fight honestly was about as good as I could do, I think, because at base I'm always going to have minus 30% ability accuracy, and then for every weakness, which I was having trouble getting rid of them here, I was playing way too aggressive and I wasn't giving them time to fall off. I was really shocked right there when I got these 2 parries off, and I was able to keep on my degen and concussion, which having the concussion is really nice. And I sometimes get tagged by that Korg SP2. I was really hoping I was going to get it, because I've been pretty good at Korg SP2 for a while now, or SP1, but I lived pretty low HP, but I don't need Apocalypse or any other fights this war, so the potion cost will not be too high because of him. So now I just had to wait to get that Nova down, and then I would be able to get up to that Nick Fury, which is my fight. So French is a bit of a, what some people might call blubbery player. He has a very, very big account. So this is a rank 4 Nick Fury on EMP modification. One of my alliance mates actually died to this node with this champion before. I don't think theirs was a rank 4, but this fight is against a rank 4, and so it's EMP modification. So it has Bubble Shield and EMP modification are the 2 big nodes that you have to really look out for. So I get an Odin pre-fight, so that pretty much ignores EMP modification, because Archangel doesn't rely on special attacks. I put on an invul here, which I'll explain why in a second, and then the Bubble Shield, my ability accuracy doesn't really turn it off, and the only main issue I have is if I lose my invul, or I lose the Unstoppable from Horseman ability. So there's a little trick you can do where if you get the heavy off while he's going into LMD, it's really nice, but I wasn't able to get that. And here you can see the shocks. I'm still healing from suicides and the shocks combined damage, I believe. Oh no, not quite, my bad. So it's not like too much damage, but right here I actually get hit, and what I should have done is right as I saw I was getting hit, I should have just gone right in, because I have the invul, so I wasn't taking really any damage from that SP1. And then 2 is when you're a horseman, you're unstoppable, so even if he hits me, I'm basically bleed immune. I'm healing from the bleed, in fact. I won't take any damage, or I wouldn't have taken damage if I had my invul still. That was the plan, where if I got into a hairy situation, I can use the unstoppable mixed with the invulnerability boost to just dash in wildly and do whatever I wanted to do, pretty much. I didn't end up going with that, but that was kind of what I was thinking about. And right here, there was something I had to claim from inventory. Oh yeah, that's right. I needed an extra 3-minute boost. I wanted another invulnerability boost for this section, actually, which I do go through them. I've been going through invulnerability boosts like candy this season, just to play it extra safe, and for this fight coming up, it doesn't matter if I had it on, but it's very good that I do have it on. So this here, Rook Bishop, Rook Bishop's a cool guy, I guess. I talked to him a bit online, so I'm gonna send him this video, make sure he sees me killing 2 of his champions. You gotta show off for them. But Archangel handles this so well. People place Surfer on those bleed with armor nodes, but I never really got it, because if you just nullify or stagger him, he doesn't really get it. You can use ability accuracy reduction. There were too many ways around it in my opinion, but it was a really common placement. So right here I'm going to pop this invul boost, so I wanted to carry it into my mini boss. I'm taking this Hitmonkey and I'm also taking Kingpin. So I was able to take 5 fights on a single set of boosts, I believe. I think. I kind of forgot already, even though it's like the same day. So this fight has one tricky thing, his evade. So I play it very, and then right there I just throw, like it gets purified. I wasn't expecting it to because each bleed from Archangel lowers the purification chance. And I was really hoping that like those neurotoxins would trigger quicker, but he keeps evading. But he has such low health that it was still just went down super fast. And I was also willing to play risky because when you're fighting Hitmonkey, it's basically about his bleed and those 3 hits. And those 3 hits didn't end up mattering because I had an invulnerability boost, right? So at most, only one of them would really do actual damage to me. I needed an alliance mate to give me some energy. Shout out to Kome. He always comes through when I need him. Love playing on the same like set of 3 as him. Really fun dude. So here I'm going in for this Kingpin. This fight does not go as well as it did previously. Without the white mags. So I don't think it quite has to do with the white mags, it just has to do with a bit of like luck. So he actually gets overpowered because I didn't get neurotoxins on in time. He then gets his unstoppable. He also now only has the 1 bleed. I get more bleeds on him, get the poison, but the poison gets purified. Now I'm at 6 bleeds. I'm worried if he's gonna go into overpower again. He like hits through my block a little bit, I think. I get a bleed on me somehow. He goes unstoppable again. I get nicked by the first part of his SP1 because of all that. But fortunately, again, because of the Horseman ability, I was able to hold block afterwards. So it didn't put the degen on me. If I got the degen on me, that could have been really bad. I don't know how much it would have done, but it didn't matter because I was able to put my block back up because of the Horseman ability. So Horseman really came in clutch there. So that's always nice when you're actually like planning and it goes well. This Annihilus is the same fight that I did the last time. Goes super well. Like, I think it goes a little bit less clean than the previous time. Right here I just had to put on a health boost. I was very confident going into this fight and even the next fight actually, but that's not something you quite want to, normally do. Just be like, hey, I'm confident in these fights, I won't boost big enough, and then like something goes wrong. Which, in this fight, something almost goes wrong? Or am I thinking of the Kingpin fight? I might be mushing this and the Kingpin fight together in my mind. So I missed that parry, which is really weird. I usually hit those opening parries. And he gets that unstoppable there, but it doesn't really matter. And here I get up the neurotoxin, which really lowers his chance for the armor and the unstoppable. I have 3 neurotoxins now, so the fight's pretty much secure in terms of the unstoppable. My Archangel doesn't have the 33% on neurotoxins, it's only 26%, but this fight still goes super smooth. He didn't seem to actually have that high of a limber there from what it looked like with the neurotoxin stun, which is a bit interesting. So I move forward here, but I'm actually going to get a couple more pre-fights. I get a lot of pre-fights in this war. I get like 4 or 5. I got my own Horseman, I get the white mags on Annihilus, I get the Odin on Nick Fury, I get 2 Mr. Fantastics here. So I think the Mr. Fantastics were probably overkill for this fight, with how it went, especially because I go into it with the invulnerability boost. I check her SP3 really quickly here, and her SP3 really doesn't do too much. If I was using a different champion, maybe it would affect me more because it activates 1 of each. So it would also activate the damage reflection one, but I'm using Archangel who deals damage over time and ability accuracy reduction. So I really think that you probably could even do this without the Mr. F pre-fights. You probably don't even really need any pre-fights for this fight actually. It's really simple as long as you don't dex. If you dex, maybe her power will go up pretty quick. But this fight goes down so fast, there's only a couple seconds left in it actually. I'm up at 7 neurotoxins, they're doing 8k a tick from just the actually 8.5. So yeah, it's doing 17,000 a second. Pardon me. Man, my phone hates me on autocorrect. Like, you guys saw that, right? I put in AA and it just autocorrects to as. You're just having a little banter in the chat, thanking them for the pre-fights. You gotta thank the homies, right? They, they don't have to do that. So I ended on a pretty decent amount here, so the war actually is not over currently for us. We still have 50 fights left, and they still have basically half their fights left. We're actually currently down on deaths, but we're up on time, is how it's looking, which is actually interesting. And maybe we're not up on time, actually. It's only 30 fights. So we need to make a strong comeback in this end here. Hope they die a little bit. I'm going to try to get this out as quick as I can tonight. This is actually still the same day as war attack phase started. I hope you guys are having a good war. Hope your day went well. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.